When it comes to relationships, one of the biggest questions so many people ask themselves is, how do I know if he really wants something serious with me? It's not always easy to tell. In the beginning, everything feels exciting, full of energy, full of passion, and it's natural to mistake chemistry for commitment. But over time, you start to wonder, is he here because he genuinely wants to build a relationship? Or is he just enjoying the attention, the company, and the moments we share without ever planning to take things further? That uncertainty can feel confusing, frustrating, and even painful, because deep down you don't just want to be someone's temporary escape. You want to be someone's lasting choice. The truth is, when a man truly wants a relationship, his behavior reveals it. You don't have to sit there endlessly decoding mixed signals, trying to figure out hidden meanings behind texts, or constantly questioning his intentions. A man who is serious about you will make it clear, not through grand speeches or empty promises, but through consistent actions. He will show you his intentions in the way he invests in you, the way he prioritizes you, and the way he creates a safe space for your connection to grow. The signs are there if you know how to look for them, and once you recognize them, you'll feel a powerful sense of clarity and confidence about where you stand. So often, people settle for confusion, telling themselves that love should be complicated, that maybe if they wait long enough, the other person will come around, or that mixed signals are somehow normal. But let me tell you this, when someone genuinely wants you in their life, they don't leave you guessing. They don't create a puzzle for you to solve. Instead, they give you clarity, they give you reassurance, and they make it obvious through their actions that you matter to them. And when you begin to expect that kind of clarity, you raise the standard for the love you accept. You see, desire without direction is fleeting. Attraction alone won't sustain a real relationship. What truly matters is whether he takes the steps that show you he's invested in building something meaningful with you. This is where so many people get stuck, thinking that strong chemistry is enough. But chemistry without commitment leaves you stranded in uncertainty. Real love requires both the passion that pulls you together and the effort that keeps you together. And the effort is where his true intentions are revealed. If he's serious, he will show up consistently, not just when it's convenient for him, not only when he feels like it, but even on the days when it requires effort, sacrifice, and thoughtfulness. If he's serious, he will let you in emotionally, because a man who wants a real relationship knows that vulnerability is the foundation of intimacy. If he's serious, he will not just want you in his bed, he will want you in his life. He will want to know your dreams, meet your family, share your world, and bring you into his. And if he's serious, he will make you part of his future, not just his present. But here's the important part. You can't just listen to what he says. Words are easy, and anyone can say the right things when the moment feels good. You need to watch what he does, because actions never lie. The man who truly wants a relationship with you will demonstrate it through 4 clear behaviors. These behaviors are not dramatic gestures meant to sweep you off your feet for a short while. They are steady, reliable signals that tell you, I'm here, I'm invested, and I see this going somewhere real. And once you learn these signals, you'll stop wasting time on men who are unsure, inconsistent, or unavailable. You'll stop holding on to people who make you question your worth or force you to chase after their attention. Instead, you'll know how to recognize the difference between someone who just wants the fun of the moment and someone who is truly ready for the commitment of a relationship. And that clarity changes everything, because when you see it clearly, you stop settling for less. So as we move forward, I want you to listen carefully, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Think about the people you've let into your life. Ask yourself whether they've shown you these signs, or whether they've kept you in the dark, and most importantly, remind yourself that you deserve clarity, consistency, and commitment, not confusion, excuses, or half-hearted effort. Because when someone truly wants a relationship with you, they don't make you wonder, they don't keep you waiting, and they don't leave you second-guessing. They show you. And today I'm going to reveal the 4 powerful ways he does exactly that. One of the clearest ways to know if a man truly wants a relationship with you is through his consistency. It's not the grand gestures, it's not the sweet words whispered late at night, and it's not the promises made in passing. Those things can feel intoxicating in the moment, but what really reveals his intentions is whether he shows up for you over time. Consistency is the bridge between desire and commitment. Anyone can show up once. Anyone can put in effort for a few weeks when the excitement is new. But when the months pass and the initial rush settles down, that's when you really see who he is and what you mean to him. Consistency means you don't have to chase. You don't have to wonder whether he's going to call or whether he's going to disappear. It means you feel secure because his actions give you stability. When he consistently invests time, energy, and presence into the relationship, you no longer question where you stand with him. He removes the uncertainty that comes with half-hearted connections because his behavior tells you again and again that you are not just a passing thought, you are a priority. Think about how many times people have been drawn in by someone who starts strong but fades quickly. In the beginning, there are late-night conversations, constant messages, and endless energy. But then, as soon as the novelty wears off, the effort drops. The good morning texts stop, the check-ins vanish, and suddenly you feel like you're the only one holding the connection together. That is inconsistency, and inconsistency speaks louder than words. It says, I enjoy the attention, but I don't intend to invest deeply. A man who truly wants a relationship will be different. He doesn't just shine in the first chapter, he continues showing up in every chapter that follows. Consistency also shows up in the small things, not just the obvious ones. It's in the way he listens to what matters to you and remembers it later. It's in the way he follows through when he says he'll do something. It's in the way he checks in after a tough day because he knows you needed support. These little acts might not seem dramatic, but they are the foundation of trust. They are the things that separate someone who's passing through your life from someone who wants to build a future with you. And here's the truth, inconsistency is one of the biggest red flags in dating. If someone only shows effort when it's convenient, it means they're prioritizing their own comfort over your emotional security. You deserve someone who treats your heart with care, not as an afterthought. When a man is serious, he understands that consistency isn't about perfection. It's about reliability. He may not always get it right. He may not always say the perfect words, but you can count on him to show up again and again because his commitment is deeper than momentary excitement. Another important thing about consistency is that it builds emotional safety. Relationships grow when both people feel safe enough to let down their walls. If his effort is unpredictable, you can't relax into the connection. You're always left waiting, questioning, and second-guessing. But when he's consistent, you feel safe. That safety allows you to open up, to trust, and to give more of yourself without fear that he's going to vanish the moment things become real. Safety creates intimacy, and intimacy creates love. It's also important to understand that consistency is not glamorous, but it is powerful. Anyone can book a spontaneous trip or surprise you with flowers once in a while, and while those things are wonderful, they're not the real measure of commitment. The real measure is whether he shows up on the ordinary days. Is he there when life feels messy? Does he reach out even when nothing exciting is happening? Is he still putting in effort when routine replaces novelty? That's where love is tested, and that's where the truth is revealed. And you deserve nothing less than someone who proves their intentions through that kind of steady, unwavering effort. When you accept inconsistency, you tell yourself that it's okay to feel anxious and uncertain, but it's not. Love should bring peace, not confusion. It should make you feel valued, not overlooked. And the man who truly wants a relationship with you will prove it by being the kind of partner who shows up consistently, not just when it's easy, not just when it benefits him, but because he genuinely values the connection he's building with you. So pay attention to his patterns. Don't get lost in the highs of temporary effort. Watch what he does over time, because consistency doesn't lie. A man who is serious will show up again and again. proving with his actions that he wants you not just for the moment, but for something real and lasting. One of the most powerful signs that a man truly wants a relationship is his willingness to be emotionally vulnerable. For so many people, vulnerability feels like weakness. They grow up being told that real strength means holding everything in, never letting anyone see the cracks, and always appearing in control. But the truth is, vulnerability is not weakness at all, it's courage. It's the courage to open up, to let someone see behind the walls, and to risk being hurt in order to create a deeper bond. When a man is willing to do that with you, it means he's not just interested in surface level connection, he's inviting you into his inner world. Think about it. Anyone can share the fun parts of themselves. Anyone can talk about their hobbies, their favorite shows, or the things that make them look good on the outside. But not everyone can sit down and say, "This is what scares me. This is what I've been through. This is what I hope for." That requires trust. It requires letting go of control. And a man who wants a real relationship will give you that gift because he knows love cannot grow in shallow water. It has to be nurtured in the depths of honesty and openness. When a man is serious, he won't just try to impress you with confidence and charm. He will also allow you to see the moments where he doesn't have it all figured out. He will share the challenges he has faced, the mistakes he has made, and the lessons he's still learning. That doesn't mean he will burden you with every detail of his past, but he won't hide who he really is. Vulnerability is his way of saying, "I trust you with the parts of me I don't show to everyone else." And that level of trust is one of the strongest indicators that he sees you as more than temporary. Emotional vulnerability also creates intimacy in a way nothing else can. You can spend years with someone and still feel distant if they never open up about how they feel. On the other hand, a single heartfelt conversation can make you feel closer to someone than months of casual dating ever could. Why? Because intimacy is not built on routine, it's built on depth, it's built on the courage to say, "Here is who I really am, and I want you to know me." And if he is willing to show you that side of himself, it means he values the connection enough to risk being fully seen. It's also important to notice how vulnerability goes both ways. When a man opens up emotionally, he creates a safe space for you to do the same. Suddenly, the relationship becomes a place where both of you can share your dreams, your fears, your insecurities, and your hopes without judgment. That kind of emotional honesty builds the kind of bond that lasts far beyond physical attraction or surface level fun. It creates a partnership where both people can grow together because the foundation is trust and authenticity. Now, here's the thing. Not every man finds vulnerability easy. Many struggle with it, not because they don't care, but because they've been taught to hide their emotions for most of their lives. That's why when a man does open up, it's such a significant step. It shows that he's not only choosing to fight against those old patterns, but he's choosing to fight for the connection with you. He's saying, "I'm willing to be uncomfortable. I'm willing to take this risk because you are worth it." And that's what makes it so meaningful. Vulnerability doesn't always come in dramatic forms either. Sometimes it's in the small admissions, "I missed you," "I was nervous," or "I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I'm trying." These might sound simple, but they carry depth because they are moments of truth. They strip away the mask of always needing to appear strong, and they reveal the heart underneath. And when you see that heart, you know he's not playing games. He's letting you into the real version of himself. When a man avoids vulnerability, it often keeps the relationship shallow. You might enjoy the time together, but there's always a wall you can't get past. You never fully know where you stand, and you never feel like you've touched the core of who he is. But when he is willing to be emotionally vulnerable, it means he's giving you the chance to truly know him. And when someone wants to be known, it's because they want to be loved, not for the mask they wear, but for the person they are underneath. So if you find yourself with someone who opens up to you emotionally, pay attention. That is not casual. That is not temporary. That is not something he does with just anyone. Vulnerability is his way of telling you, "I want something real, and I want it with you. And when you see that, you can be sure that his heart is not just invested in the moment. It's invested in the relationship he wants to build with you. When a man truly wants a relationship, he doesn't just show up for the moments you share together, he invests himself in your world. It's not enough for him to enjoy the dates, the conversations, and the fun experiences with you. He wants to understand who you are at your core, and that means taking genuine interest in the life you live outside of the relationship. This is one of the most powerful indicators of his intentions because it shows you that he sees you as more than someone to pass the time with. He sees you as a whole person with dreams, passions, people, and experiences that matter deeply to you, and he wants to be part of that picture. Investment in your world means he asks questions not just about what you're doing today, but about what drives you, what excites you, and what you hope for in the future. He wants to know your ambitions, not just because he's curious, but because he wants to understand what fuels your heart and mind. When he invests in your world, he remembers the details. He knows when you have an important meeting. He encourages you when you're chasing a goal, and he celebrates the wins with you, no matter how big or small. That kind of attention isn't accidental, it's intentional. It's a reflection of his desire to walk beside you, not just in romance, but in life. Think about the difference between someone who is only present when things revolve around them and someone who makes an effort to be present in your life as well. A man who is just passing time will only show up when it's convenient or when the focus is on what he wants. But a man who is serious will step into your world and show that he values it just as much as his own. He'll want to know your friends because he knows they are part of your life. He'll want to meet your family because he understands how important those relationships are to you. He won't shy away from the people or the places that matter most to you. He'll make space for them because making space for them means making space for you. This kind of investment also shows in how he supports your passions. He may not always share the same hobbies. He may not always understand every detail of your dreams, but he'll support them because they matter to you. If you love painting, he'll want to see your work. If you're chasing a career goal, he'll encourage you to go for it. If you've had a long day pursuing something you care about, he'll be there to listen, not just because it's polite, but because he genuinely wants to share in your journey. That's the difference between someone who wants a temporary connection and someone who wants a partnership. One sees your passions as irrelevant, while the other sees them as a window into your soul. When a man invests in your world, he's also saying, I'm not afraid of the full picture of who you are. Relationships are not just built on the fun and exciting moments, they are built on the everyday reality of life. The way you handle stress, the people you surround yourself with, the way you spend your time when no one is watching, these things define who you are. And when he invests in those things, he's showing you that he wants to know the real you, not just the version that shows up on date night. That kind of interest isn't superficial, it's sincere, and it's one of the strongest signs of genuine commitment. It's also worth noticing that investment is not one-sided. When a man takes the time to understand and involve himself in your world, it creates balance. He's not expecting you to do all the work in building connection. He's putting energy into making sure he understands you and values the things that matter to you. That effort is an act of love because love without effort fades. And when he's putting that effort in consistently, you know he's building with you, not just enjoying what you provide. The truth is, anyone can enjoy the surface level fun of a relationship, but real love means sharing lives, not just sharing moments. If he's serious, he won't keep his world separate from yours. He'll start blending them together, introducing you to his people, making space for yours, and creating a life where both of your worlds matter equally. That blending takes effort, and not everyone is willing to do it. But the man who is serious about you won't just step into your world temporarily. He'll plant himself there because he knows that being with you means embracing everything that comes with you. So when you're wondering about his intentions, don't just listen to what he says. Look at how much he invests in your world. Does he show interest in your dreams? Does he make space for the people you love? Does he care about what matters to you, even if it's not directly connected to him? If the answer is yes, then you're not just someone he enjoys being around, you're someone he's building a life with. And that, more than anything else, tells you his feelings are real. When a man truly wants a relationship, one of the clearest signs you will see is that he includes you in his future. It's not just about what he feels for you right now, in the present moment, it's about how he sees you fitting into his life as it continues to unfold. Temporary connections focus only on today. Real commitment, however, looks ahead. When he's serious, he won't just make plans for the weekend. He'll start weaving you into the bigger picture of his life, showing you that he's not simply enjoying the present, but building towards something more lasting. Long-term intentions are revealed in the way he talks about the future.